Hey everyone, this is March the 20th. This is a continuation of my tarot spreads that I have been doing, which I've been revealing now the other woman's point of view that my ex has been cheating on me with. And it confirms also what other tarot readers have been saying regarding the other woman. So I asked the wisdom oracle, the wisdom of the oracle, why was my ex cheating on me while I was pregnant? Because I had this epiphany, or maybe it was like God, like to look back in my text messages, you know, when you kind of have that women's intuition and you're like, if you're in a low vibration, which I discussed that as well in my earlier videos today for March the 20th, if you're in a low vibration, you're going to put up with a lot more crap than someone with a higher vibration. So while my ex was doing his low vibrational stuff, I was also in my low vibration, and I was not seeing it for what it was. I was like making excuses up. And now that I'm in a higher vibration of loving myself, I'm able to see through that crap right away. And that doesn't just apply with my ex, but with anybody who tries to tear me down or bring me down to their level. And it's also because energies attract like energies. So if you're in a high vibration and all of a sudden you start losing a lot of your friends and family, it's because they are not a vibrational match to you anymore. They are not a vibrational match to you anymore. So, regarding my old text messages, I went back during July. That is when he really started to be weird. And it went from a full-blown relationship from October to June to him stringing me along from July till November. And my son was born in October, so for 1 month of my son being born, he was just stringing me along until finally December. He just stopped calling me. January stopped calling me. February we ran into each other. He like was all kissing me and everything, and like he looked very stressed out, but he was all like, oh yeah, I'm gonna call you later, we're gonna see each other next week. And then he called me, but then after that he stopped calling me, and he never saw his son. So he walked away. He up and left my son and I. And so that just shows you what a coward he is. He's over 6 feet tall, but he's like 1 foot tall in reality. And yeah, so and this I'm one of those people that like to talk, huh? I don't like to talk, but this is a story. It's important, I guess. But yeah, so I went back to July to see what, you know, like, because it was this one time when I was pregnant, because he just stopped having a relationship with me completely. And it just turned into like phone calls that happen like once, twice a day for like 30 seconds, 2 minutes. Just like, hi, how are you doing? Okay, bye. Talk to you later. Love you, bye. You know, like that quick from a whole 24-hour day. And then he would not even like call me some days. Sometimes some weekends. He stopped spending time with me. It just became like, what do you want to eat? And then he would get it for me. And that's the only way I would see him. And even then, he would not even stay with me long enough. It was like he was my Uber driver. He would just bring me my food and leave. And I'm like, what the hell is this? This is not even a relationship. And I would tell him that. But, you know, he was the kind, he would never want to discuss or argue or talk. So, you know, that's already, he was broken, and he's still broken. That's one thing I was saying in my older video of March the 20th with you guys is, if you're with someone who's broken, and you were broken at the time, and somehow, some way you leveled up, you started loving yourself, you're not a vibrational match. He left you with he didn't leave you for someone like you. He left you for another low vibrational being that matches him. Okay, so if you're sad and depressed thinking that they're both like living their best life while you're here like miserable, no, it's not that way at all. He is a low vibrational being. He attracted another low vibrational being. You were probably a low vibrational being when you guys met, and then somehow, some way, you leveled up. So you're no longer a frequency match to him. Trust and believe that this girl that he's with right now is giving him the same treatment, the same BS, the same shallowness, the same lies, the same deceit in some way, shape, or form as he is. And they're not living the best life at all. They're both like just doing each other wrong and probably arguing. Well, I'm not even saying probably, they are arguing. And it's just a matter of time before their relationship crumbles, and you're going to hear all about it. But in the meantime, and I recommended this video for the March 20 videos I did today, to watch. I think it's called Having Problems with Your Man. Your Man is Jupiter. I know for a fact part of the YouTube title is Your Man is Jupiter. And it's a video that's like about an hour and a half long, over an hour long. And it's not about fixing your man. It is that every man and woman has both a masculine and feminine side of them. And if you're having men problems, if you're attracting the same BS person in your life, whether you're man or woman, then it's that masculine side of you that you need to fix. And man, if it's a woman, then it's the feminine side of you that you need to fix. So the way you fix it is, one, like your zodiac sign, it's Jupiter. Your Jupiter is your man. The Venus is your woman. And your zodiac sign will tell you, not your zodiac sign, but your zodiac chart, which go to astrology.com and find out that. But you need the time of the day you were born and where you were born. But it'll show you your Jupiter. And from there, you can understand, like my Jupiter is Libra and Aquarius. So I have to study Libra and Aquarius. Yes? Okay. Yes, so then you go into the Libra and Aquarius, you read what that is about, you understand what the challenges are, and then you study what you, sorry. You study the traits, the faults, the positive, the negatives, and so you understand the negative aspects of the Libra, the negative aspects of the Aquarius. But also, one of the most important things you need to do is love yourself. And by loving yourself, it is in many various ways, not being narcissistic, but living your best life now, not waiting, not when I get a good job, when I lose 10 pounds, when I meet the man that I love. Because that man that made the video of Your Man is Jupiter, he says that whatever percentage that you love yourself, when the right man, because Jupiter, the planet in itself, is going to make sure that there's a man out there for you, regardless. It doesn't matter if you're like a mom with 5 kids like me, or you're a single dad, or a widow, or whatever. You're going to have a partner, because it's in Jupiter's best interest that you have a partner, because Jupiter is of fairness, and every man should have a woman, every woman should have a man. If you're same sex, you have I don't know how it works, but you're supposed to have a partner. But depending on how much you love yourself is what kind of partner you're going to attract. So if you love yourself 1%, then you're going to attract a partner who loves you only 1%. If you love yourself 85%, you're going to attract a partner who loves you 85%. So that's why you need to love yourself. You need to work on yourself. You need to be at that level where you are fine on your own, and a partner is just the icing on the cake. That means with codependency, don't be like, example, my ex. There was a point in our relationship where he wanted me to always be texting him all the time and calling him, even though he wouldn't answer and even though he wouldn't respond to my texts. It's like, I even told him, it's like, it feels like you just want to keep tabs on me all the time to know what I'm doing. And you should not have a partner who wants you to always be telling him what you're doing. And or if it's you, you should not feel like you need your partner to always be telling you what they're doing in order for you to feel safe and secure. You need to feel safe and secure on your own and trust and believe that your partner is faithful. And again, that will depend how much you love yourself. So if you do not love yourself and someone comes along, do not take that person, because that person will be toxic. That person will be a reflection of the toxicness you hold within yourself, reflecting in them. But when you love yourself and you feel good about yourself and you're great, like, you don't need a partner. It's weird that it has to work that way. It's always when you're not looking for a relationship that you get a relationship. And it's always when you feel like so great about yourself that you don't need a partner that the really great partner comes along. So consider that. And this goes to my tarot reading oracle reading, the wisdom of the oracle. I asked about why he was cheating on me while I was pregnant, and this came out. Not for you. Not for you. I had it saved and now it's not. Okay, not for you. Some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them that is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. And protection message. Don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable. No prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is the radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. I think that was very important as well with the message. So, in other words too, as I said, I was in a low vibration when I met my ex. And he was doing many things throughout the relationship that would have been red flags. But I was not seeing them as red flags. And because I've raised my vibration, now I do recognize, and as I look back, I'm like, wow, I can't believe I put up with that. I can't believe, I didn't see that before, Because now before I used to just brush it under the rug, make up an excuse, like the lady with the blindfold holding the two swords, or the lady blindfolded with the trap. I was blindfolding myself so I don't see the truth for what it was. And Hi people, my battery had run out, so I'm gonna try to remember what I was saying. I think it was regarding my mom. It was either regarding my mom that she was just doing underhanded things to me that in my lower vibration I would have put up with it. I would have made excuses for it. I would have put the blindfold on and just let it happen, let it be. And I actually stood up for myself and I was ready to cut her out of my life. And I know you may think, well, gosh, why cut her out of your life? That's so mean. But again, it's not the same vibrational frequency. if you're around someone who is of a lower vibration, they're only going to bring you down with them eventually. So you need to stay in a high vibration, and therefore you will attract other high vibrations, and that's what naturally happens. That's why they say the top is lonely at the top, because many people are not there. Many people are at the bottom, but hardly anyone is up at the top. So if you're rising and you have people who want to bring you down, well, sorry, you're just going to break free from them. And the same way how I realized when my mom was being an underhandedly like being mean to me, is the same way that I realized when going back in my text messages with my ex that he was in fact being very disrespectful to me, and I was just putting up with it. I was just putting the blindfold on. So is there anything going on in your life where you're also putting the blindfold on? You're in self-denial. You're making up excuses for people treating you bad. That also shows that you're in a low vibration, because low vibrational people allow others to treat them bad. I was crying because I did some more oracle cards because I'm trying to find out my future husband, and somehow, some way, I knew that my ex was a life partner of mine, like from many lives back. Like we were husband and wife in other lives, but that's not what I was thinking when I was asking for my future husband. And I got these two cards, and it's so weird because regarding him, I've had these same two cards before. The Fates and Soulmates. One time I asked about him, like when I was very confused and wondering what was going on, and this card would always come out very often: soulmates. And it's like, well, if he's your soulmate, why is this happening to me? And it's not if he is your soulmate, like he's not meant to stay with me, which is the Fates. So I'm going to read it to you for those that are going through these journeys with me. I hope my battery doesn't run out. Okay, the Fates. Fate, karma, acceptance that there are things you cannot change, and knowing what those things are. The Serenity Prayer sums up the meaning of this card. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, by nature, and by your past experience may be fated, preordained by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have to teach you. This is the wisdom contained in the Serenity Prayer. Hold on, I itch my nose. The relationship message. Other people are who they are. You can't change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are, and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be, so you can remain in the relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect from the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if it means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on. Love unconditionally, for each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you are meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. And it's so weird because that goes with this. Protection message. It is difficult to understand why painful things happen to good people. Fate is a mystery after all, yet what we do with our circumstances, the way in which we respond to life's challenges, is how we rise up to create our destiny. Now is one of those times to be aware of your powerlessness, to change certain situations and surrender to acceptance. Hang in there. Life will only get better. Act as if you believe that. For the only thing you can control right now is your attitude. When you align with the fates, being mindful of what you can and cannot change, serenity will come to you. And then soulmates. Harmonious partnership, love, friendship, companionship, a relationship fostering personal growth. You are meant to evolve and transform with the companionship of others. Certain people enter into your life in order to take you to the next level of healing, consciousness, and authenticity. It is always a reciprocal experience, although the result for each of you will vary. You know these people by the strong pull drawing you toward them, and sometimes by a strong aversion to them initially too. Soulmates can be friends for life or remain in your life for only a short time. No matter what, you will be changed in ways you can't possibly fathom now. Pay attention to these people today. They are your greatest gifts. Relationship message. Consider love in the deepest sense. Love so powerful that you will never be the same, regardless of how long your relationship lasts. Consider friendships and romantic bonds so compelling that they overwhelm you with gratitude or break you open, so you will finally claim who you were meant to be. Even a companion animal reminds you that it is you who is being rescued and healed. Pay attention, for you are in the presence of a soulmate. Right? Yeah. Come to guide you home to the real you. Protection message. An important relationship brings you to your knees. This is the kind of soulmate who comes with a powerful gift. Your patterns and all your old stories that don't serve your well-being. Enter into this dynamic so you can heal them. This person is called to a sacred task to help you learn, even if it seems uncomfortable, sticky, or even inconceivable. The question is not why did he or she do this to me, but rather what is the gift in this? Look into the mirror. You will only be changed for the better. So when I read that, I understood that it's like before we came here into this life, he made that pact with me instead of coming here and being my husband. That he would come here instead to help me grow from like the past, and it would lead me to my next husband who will be better. So he like sacrificed his own happiness by coming into this world, by being messed up, in order to teach me something to make me grow. Because you see in the other tarot readings that he's not going to evolve, he's going to stay stuck. He's just going to be other people's karmic lessons, but also just attracting more and more drama. He's not going to get out of it. So, and then I got, because I still wanted to know about my future husband, clean it up and deep knowing. And this is basically that I need to, relating back to these, about cleaning up my spiritual self and also my house self. And during this lockdown with the coronavirus, I did a big cleanup in my room. I threw away a big trash bag full of things that I just didn't need or want anymore. Then a deep knowing, it's like I have this deep knowing that there's something out there, like my relationship, my next soulmate is out there. I just know it. And mending, which mending is forgiving. So forgiving him, forgiving people who've done me wrong. So clean it up, clean up all the old, like, because he brought a lot of my exes never, well, yeah, my exes have all taught me healing. Don't be with a guy who beats you up. Don't be with a guy who is always making you pay for the food. He's the one always initiating to go out, and then he's the one that leaves when the waiter hands over the bill. I was young, okay. He's the first one that, it was like an adult relationship. I thought it was an adult relationship, and it turned out to be like one of the worst relationships I've ever been in. And so he brought a lot of, like, I had a lot of trash still in me that I didn't know I had. I thought I was grown, I thought I was mature, and turns out I wasn't. I still needed a lot of healing and a lot of growing up to do. So I do have someone out there, but before he comes along, before I get that, remember what that man said about the Jupiter is your man, I need to love myself 100%, because someone out there will love me 100%. If I only love myself 1%, someone out there will love me for 1%. So in order for me to get this real, well, I can't say that this, because this is like always going to be someone teaching you hurtful, painful lessons, as you just heard me read. But in order for me to really get with my husband that I will be happy with, I need to clean it up and mend, forgive. And I also want to bring up, it was so weird because I was just telling my ex-husband, like, I know now what it is that I want in a relationship, because through my astrology chart, I realized that I really want freedom. Let me see if I can click this up while I'm talking, because I'm afraid of the battery time. It's my baby, he's asleep. Well, I realized that I want freedom. I don't like, okay. I'm still recording. Okay. I don't like to be in relationships or in marriages where I feel codependent. I like freedom. And I told my husband exactly what this astrologer said is the perfect marriage. Well, so-called perfect marriage. And it's so weird because I said it out of my own mouth before even knowing that that's what someone else is going to say. I'm my own person. I do what I want to do. And my husband is his own person, and he does what he does. But loyalty is very important, because you can't just be out doing whatever you're doing, and part of that is like having affairs and sleeping with other people and flirting. No, like, he's faithful to me. I'm his wife, he's my husband. The battery's gonna die. I'll come back to this. Okay, I still have some time. Okay, so he's my husband, but we have our own lives, but what keeps us together is love. What we come back to is the love. So we both have our own separate lives. We're both doing our own thing, but then when we're done with what we're doing, we come home, and then our togetherness, our love for each other is what keeps the marriage. Because I don't like this, like, oh, we need to both like the same things, do the same things. No, I really liked my ex because he was so different from me, and I don't want to be like I wouldn't want to be in his job. I don't want him to be at my job. I don't want to like the same things he likes. I want to go out and do my own thing, be with my kids, have fun, and then like meet him in the middle somewhere, like in the house. And that's what this astrologer said is the perfect marriage. So really, when you can just truly love yourself, appreciate yourself, you don't need to be like, oh, I need a man to like wear the same clothes as me. We like the same music, we dress the same, we act the same, we do the same things. Not me. I want him to be completely his own self, and I'm completely my own self. And what is the glue between us is our love, and that's it. I don't want it to be, oh, I love him because we like the same music. No. I want him to be completely not like me, but in a way that works. So yeah, that was so weird. I was like so happy when he said that, because then that means that I am really ready for that 100% love, because I do not need to be with someone at their job all the time. You know, I want him to have his own life, me my own life. But our love is what keeps us in the middle. When we come home, when we're together, when we spend quality time together, that's what I want, because I don't need to have him with me all the time, because I have other things in my life that keep me happy. He doesn't keep me happy. He's just the cherry on the top. And my life is what makes me happy. My children are what make me happy. So yeah, that's all. Bye.